Says we're up. Says we're up, supposedly.
Sabrina says we're up.
All right. Hopefully we're streaming, y'all. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look at this.
Whoa.
We're here. I can't believe we're here.
Yeah.
Y'all, if y'all can know the behind the scenes, we may be looking at each other, looking at the camera. We'll figure that out.
I don't know if I'm in frame.
I thought y'all set that up so we would be
I
in
did,
frame.
but now something's moved. I think. Oh, you know why?
Oh, because man, who?
Yep, crazy person.
Let's not say that on the stream. Let's not do that on the stream. Come in this way.
Oh, person who doesn't understand social cues.
I mean, you're at a Comic-Con. You're on. You know, it is what it is.
I don't hear you, disembodied voice.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing it.
Yeah,
Slowly, concurrent viewers. What's going on, man?
it's been a wild time. So we've gone to many conventions. We've covered them for the news station, but this is the first time we've been at a convention with our own booth, covering it, interacting with people. I'm trying to see based on the camera if I'm still in frame, but it's been hard because that's actually a delay.
Yeah, you're in frame.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm having a good time. As crazy as it's been in terms of trying to get people to come to our booth and grow the channel and the logistics, I'm happy because we're here.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming, starting with the News 19 Nerds to where we are now.
Punch that camera up.
Punch what camera? Oh yeah, I guess you can. Oh man, this is going to be crazy for us. To me, try to direct.
Well, let's
do
switch
that.
places.
It's
It's too late for that.
yeah. We got what we got.
Okay.
People can see the shadow like that.
Yeah.
What's going on? How are you, man?
Sabrina.
She working. She working with Dick. It's a group effort. It really is a family effort to make this thing happen. But how are you enjoying day 2 of the con?
It's a lot. I feel like we're a little bit more in sync with trying to what we need to do. It's a learning experience. It's a very steep learning curve for what we want to do, what we can do, and what we end up doing. So
I think all of it is valuable tools to put into our notebook of, I know you've been out of the business for a little bit, but, oh, there we go. I know you've been out of business for a little bit, but it's kind of like having a DNR report of, this is what you plan to do, this is what the disc rep was, this is whatever.
can we turn the volume up?
Can you turn the volume up? Let's see. Lock volume, hide, rename, vertical layout, filters properties, advanced audio properties, desktop audio. Oh, maybe we can do this?
Let's see if this works. People who are watching the stream, let us know if this works. And let's go from there.
Yeah.
So it's so yeah, I think this has been a learning curve. We've been covering some panels. So yesterday I did a panel with Brittany Karbowski, Monica Rial, and Lucy Christian. These women have been in the business for combined about 67, almost 70 years worth of anime. They've done everything from One Piece, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Panic. So it was really interesting talking to them and getting their experience of like this business. Anime business was a very small business, and then it ballooned the way more and more people jumped on anime, and it's really one of those things where whatever your niche is, there is an anime for it. You like cooking shows, and it was really good seeing them interact to the point where I just stepped back and just moved.
So, when you're talking with this anime, because you like anime, but you aren't the biggest anime fan, there's so much anime out there. What was it like talking to those people who have been in the business and have worked on so many different animes? How did you acclimate yourself to ask the questions that you thought would get the best response? Does that make sense, the question I'm asking?
It does.
Okay.
That's not what I did.
Okay, all right, never mind.
So, because basically what happened was I met them and I had a fan moment. Whereas like for me, meeting these women who have been in the business, who have been on animes that I've watched, that I don't want to, you admire their work, you like, talking about them, but for me, anime was kind of an escape, and so it wasn't like when I do comics, when I do other things, like I know it. Like for me, anime was that thing that you watch, you loved it, and I didn't dissect it like that, like I did with comics and stuff. So I just enjoyed talking to them, And so also Monica Rial's voice, had no idea it was like that in real life. Like her voice is very childlike.
It's always interesting to me whenever you hear somebody, because when you see somebody in like live action, you automatically associate their voice because you see them,
Yes.
you hear them. But like you said, you hear people who are doing the voices of children or monsters or whatever. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's not what they look like, or that's not. They're doing such a great job of doing whatever. But when they are a child, you're like, oh, they must be putting something on, and then they talk. You're like, nope, that's just them.
Yep. And so it was really weird, the three of them. But then what was really cool was the panel was kind of easy because honestly, I didn't even really need to be there. They knew each other. They've been friends for so long. I just kind of faded to the background and would just interject whenever they finished talking to each other. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? Nobody came to see me. There's 300 people in there. Like that was outside of Sean Astin's panel yesterday. That was the largest panel. And so I just hopped off the stage and just opened it up for questions. Luckily, and I didn't even think about it at first. Luckily, voice actors don't fall into the same parameters as strikes as far as the union and stuff goes on, what's going on. So I was able to get people to ask questions. And like I said, this was an opportunity for them, for people. This is their chance to interact. So I just walked throughout the crowd and just said, who has a question? And they really did a good job. Like people really responded to them. And that's what this was all about. This idea of community, but it's also this idea of acceptance and seeing people that you admire, you enjoyed their work, and for them to see that appreciation. Because think about it, when they do a show, they don't know how it's going to go. With the exception of, a couple of, oh, look who's showing up. Mm-hmm. we're live streaming right now. You want to get in?
I'm hop out. You talk.
You gonna hop out?
Yeah, you know him better than me. We have a rapport.
Okay.
All right, sir. So you come in and sit right here.
Sit right here.
All right, cool.
So tell the people who you are and why you're here, because I got a treat for you. Slide on over. Look at that camera right there.
This joint right here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, it's a bit of a delay. I was wondering.
We're live right now.
Okay, all right, bet.
Can you take over as we work on this?
I'll figure it out.
All right, if you go back down, you can go to that one. Mm-hmm. This one right there. That actually OBS. Click on that one. That's more the live, so you can
This
see
one right here?
one-to-one. There you
I'm
go.
looking at this joint right here.
Yep, you're looking right
All right,
over
bet.
there. Tell the people who you are, man.
All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay the Teller here, representing Two Land Comics here, Soda City Con, Columbia, South Carolina. If you ain't here, make sure you pull up next year.
So tell them how you got started, man.
I'm the CEO, I am the co-creator, I am the head writer of Two Land Comics, flagship superhero. His name is Drip. Drip stands for Do Right, inspire people. We've got a couple of extensions of our IP out, predominantly with the graphic novels. We've got the cartoon episode 1 that is currently out, so it's going to be viewer supported with that. Of course, you can check us out on our website. Something very unique is that we actually take our superhero and we go into schools all across the country and we really address social emotional learning, character development, college and career readiness, and anti-bullying. So, you know what I'm saying? We doing a little something and we working hard.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because that's what. So when I met you, it was a couple of years ago. You were at I want to say it was SC Comic Con.
Okay.
You guys were out there, and you had a woman with you. She had flagged me down.
Okay.
I was with the news station at the time, and we did a quick little hit. And the thing that really got me was the bullying.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that, why that was so important, that aspect, because back in our day when we were coming up, nobody was really talking about that. Nobody was really dealing with that and mental health issues.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about why that was a big deal.
So I do motivational speaking.
Yeah.
So I run a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
So I literally, everywhere from Washington State to Washington, D.C., I go like all across the country. And so I'm constantly talking to young people who deal with social anxiety, depression, and they feel ill-equipped to attack these obstacles. And so for me, I'm always just trying to think of what is the most effective way to tablespoon this medicine, a spoonful of sugar, make the medicine go down. And so for me,
Mary Poppins over here.
exactly, you know what I mean? And so for me, it's like, I bet, how do we provide them with healthy content that's pleasantly palatable and that's easily digestible? And so you could give them a psychology book, but these youngins ain't finna read that.
No.
And so what you can do though, if you can embed positive, healthy life lessons in their primary source of entertainment, well, now we're looking at behavior modification, and we're looking at
Here's the
just
book.
a different thought. So yeah,
Like I said, I bought the book. I bought one for me, bought
Thank
one for
you.
my nephew. I
Thank
had
you.
the t-shirt, so when we set up, I was wearing the t-shirt.
Thank you, sir.
My homeboy Michael was like, yo, he's like, did you have that on Friday? I was like, yo, you remember what I had on? He was like, I remember the message on
Yes,
the back.
sir. Yes,
because
sir.
it had the Tulane on the front, and a lot of people asked me what it was about. Then I was able to tell them
Amen,
to go to
amen.
your website because I had the book.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what's one of the things that you want people to take away from this? Because like I said, I got right here. I'm going to show people the book. So tell people what you want them to know. Why it's so important for them to pick up the book? What sets you
well,
apart?
first and foremost, I want them to pick it up because it's a dope superhero.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like all of the messaging, all that's super important.
Okay.
But if I'm keeping it a stat, that's all in the background. At the forefront is this is a dope superhero.
Yeah.
He's compelling. He's flyer than any other superhero out there, and I think it's a unique story. We're living in a day and age where a lot of stuff is being remixed, recycled, remade, and I think we have been blessed to be able to put together a unique story. Bam. So first thing I want them to be like, I like this superhero. Secondly, for me, positive messaging is important. For my worldview, for what I hope to accomplish in life, for the bedrock of who I am, it's important that anything I put my hand to is going to better people, is going to celebrate people, and it's going to push people in a healthy direction. Like, that's pivotal. Like, for me, like, that's pivotal for my existence. And so when they leave an issue, I want them to be encouraged. I want them to feel inspired. I want them to be like, man, I feel better just because of my interaction with this art. But not in like a corny type way. And that's the trick. The trick is, how do we give them good food without losing them to the culture, right? And so it has to remain relevant. It gotta be fly, it gotta be dope, it gotta be clever, it gotta be witty, it gotta be compelling. And so that's the tension, and that's what we wrestle through, but we up for the task.
Okay. So tell them again where they can find you. 'Cause right
Yo,
here,
holla at us. TwoLandComics.com. TwoLandComics.com. Hit us up on IG, Facebook, YouTube. Peep episode 1, and if you like that joint, make sure you support, because we 100% viewer supported, and we try and pull up with episode 2. So that's where we at.
That's what. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Appreciate it. All up.
All right. Michael, you ready?
All right, y'all. Salute.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So, my brother's about to come on. So, sit right here. So this is live, man. This is what we do. So that's why the channel's called We Try, Nerded by Nature Productions. So I'm gonna come with it in frame. So I'm right here. So here's the thing. That was Tulane. I met them I met them a couple of years ago. The anti-bullying message was really made me want to support them. It was black owned. I buy comics all the time, so that was what was really important for me to check out. Right now, Michael's gonna come sit back down.
Avery's gonna come sit.
Avery's gonna come sit down. So Avery, you up?
Now you on the hot spot. Let's talk about your panels.
So Avery, get in the frame. So, you know what? I hadn't even referenced why we got a green screen behind us. So, Avery, I don't know if you're ready for this, but there's a green screen behind us because we had to block out the sun. And also, I was going to challenge people to put
You want to get on the stream to say hey?
Bye, Sabrina. So, the green screen is a challenge to y'all out there. I want to see dinosaurs behind us. What do you want to see behind you?
I want to see the VIP section at the Renaissance tour. That's what I want to
So
see.
basically, we challenge all of you creative people out there.
Yeah.
Put something back there. So let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Send it to us on our socials.
Yeah.
So let's get to why you're here. Why are you here today? I mean, why are you here? What was your panel on?
First of all, it's just great to be back at Silver City Comic Con. That's a fact. Second, the panel that I was discussing was the Heels and Faces panel, which I had the legendary Matt Hardy. You know him, half of the Hardy Boys, multi-tag team champion of different promotions all across the world, and the legend himself, Lex Luger.
Total package.
Total package.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was so dope to get to interview them and talk with them on the panel. I was so nervous, and I told you about that earlier, talking to them stuff, because you know, when you see people on screen for so long, and then it's just like when they're right in front of your face, it's just so amazing how humble and down to earth that they were. Felt like I was talking to like old friends. They're talking about, you know, some of their best matches, some of the all the great stuff that's going on in wrestling right now, and like the differences between, especially with Lex Luger back in his prime years versus the wrestling business now. So it was just dope, and I was able to get the audience to interact with them as well, asking them some questions. I could have been there for hours talking to those guys, man. It's just so cool that they came back today as well, you know, talk to fans, interview, and do autographs and stuff. So yeah, it was dope.
What was it like for you when you realized, okay, I watched you and now I get to interview you? How was that feel? Because we've worked in the news business before.
Yeah.
And we've done interviews upon interviews upon interviews with just random people about, but what was it like to actually interview somebody that you actually wanted to interview?
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, I know a lot of times we talk about how, with our old jobs, how stressful
Yeah.
it used to be, but in a sense, it did prepare us a lot for like future things. Like I couldn't have held that interview with them like I did if it hadn't been for all the years I spent working at the News 19, talking to people, interviewing people, making the conversation flow. So being able to do that with people I actually like, you know, are fans of, that I
Want
look
to
up
talk
to,
to?
admire them. Yeah. You know, not saying like back then interviewing some people I didn't want to talk to them, but you know,
It was hard. It's hard. So it's to give you an insight. So you could go to a city council meeting,
Yeah.
talk to a politician, talk
Yeah.
to somebody who's, you know, voting on something, or you could end up someplace on someone's worst day.
yeah, talk,
Yep.
interviewing a corner.
Yeah, or interviewing somebody who just lost their house. Somebody they lost everything. And
House
you're-
broken
Yep.
into,
Yep.
car accident. We done been through it all, man.
And so it's hard. 2015 flood, you know, for us, that was a hard time. So to interview somebody that you're like, oh, I like what you got.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Let's chop it up.
Yeah.
That was a cool part.
Yeah, that was very dope.
What's it like coming to Soda City on the other end? Like being a fan of all of this. What's it like watching it grow?
I just think it's amazing, man, because you know you got your San Diego Comic Cons, the Comic Cons that are like in New York and Atlanta, and you know everybody can't make those. Everybody can't afford those, especially to do all the stuff that they want to do. To have something right here in Columbia to be able to just drive maybe about 15 to 20 minutes or so, get downtown, it's dope. Something's going on.
I lost my phone.
Uh-oh. Is that
Oh.
not your phone right there?
That's one phone. I don't know what the other one is.
Hold up, y'all.
Do you have this one? Okay.
While he's
I had
looking for his phone,
You keep
to
talking.
continue to say that
Yeah, call it.
being able not to drive hours and hours or fly somewhere just to have your own Comic Con is so dope, and it's growing. The first one, I'm trying to remember what was the first year they did this Comic Con. Mike, you remember the first year they did this Comic Con?
Somebody
Maybe
walked
10
on?
years, I think.
Been
No,
10.
maybe 7.
7.
Okay, so it's only been around for a short time, but to see how it's grown and a lot of celebrities are wanting to come to South Carolina, don't sleep on South Carolina. South Carolina is pivotal not just in politics, but in entertainment culture as well. More people are coming here because they know that there are supportive fans here, and it's just going to keep on going throughout the years and years and years.
Now,
So
Okay, there we go.
We found his phone. Yeah.
Found the phone, y'all. Fell out of my pocket, then it fell.
Comic-Con miracle indeed. But honestly, how about you? How do you feel about seeing
So
Comic-Con?
it's weird because we started on our other channel. We started at the station. It was covering it, doing this stuff, and one of the things now is like we have our own channel. We own it. You know, when we worked at News 19, started at News 19 Nerds. It wasn't ours. Like I loved it, but it wasn't ours.
Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in News 19 Nerds.
Literally. But now it's our own channel, so now we don't have the backing of a huge company like Tegna. So everything you see here is something we either put together, so we got to beg, borrow, and steal everything we got.
Hence the name.
We tried. Because we are the struggle channel of the internet. Like we're not one of these big channels. We don't have we're doing this out of the love, but also because we want something that's ours.
Yeah.
And it was good that the founder of this, Donald Brock, his co-partner Steve, they put this together because his background was toy sales and comic sales. They were resellers. They would find something and they would be like, oh, somebody might like this. And they would put it up and they would sell stuff. And so that's where Soda City came from, this evolution of, oh, well, let's have a convention. And, you know, coming here, I've got to interview so many different people, see friends. It's been wild, but the coolest thing is it's like, so, I wish I had one, but right across the way, within, over there is the 501st.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who the 501st is, they are the official cosplay organization of Lucasfilms. They're started by the guy by the name of Albin Johnson. Albin lives here in Columbia. It's 501st started here in Columbia, South Carolina. And it was so cool talking to him because I've done interviews with 501st. We've had them, you know, we've done videos. Check it out on our YouTube channel and Instagram. And I showed it to him, and he was like, yo, this is cool. And so chopping it up with somebody who was like, I'm from here, the nerds won. This is accepted, and he talks about that. And just watching his passion for this is what made it all worthwhile. Getting to meet people like that. But yeah, this convention is really a blessing because, like you said, you don't have to go to Atlanta. It's only $40 for the whole weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday. It's downtown Columbia, so if you want, you can come in the morning, hit up a couple of panels, buy some stuff, leave, go get you something to eat, and come back.
Right.
So that's the one cool thing. I got a panel later talking about basically this and podcasting with the guy by the name of Barrett Gruber. They are on Across the Way, All About Nothing podcast.
Let them know what time that happens.
It's at 2:30.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to just meet so many different people, seeing different people cosplay. My brother cosplay. Some of these cosplayers are just, the creativity behind it is just amazing.
Can't wait to see who wins in the cosplay contest later on.
But also what the really cool thing for me was, I think it's the kids, seeing the families. Like, look right over there, my man with his little kids, his little girl, all these different people, families, people pushing strollers. I think that's the cool thing, watching people this used to be something that was niche. This used to be something that was nerdy.
Yeah.
You know, people used to make fun of this stuff, and now it's accepted. But it's not just accepted; it's a family event.
Right.
You see people bringing their kids, and the cool thing that I loved about this, seeing people with their kids recognizing characters that they like.
Yeah.
So like, you'll see a kid, and he's in a Spider-Man costume, and you'll see another kid cosplaying as Spider-Man, or an older person, and then you see him do the meme.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I love, like watching that interaction.
Yeah, and I think what I love about a lot of cosplay stuff now.
Can we use your camera? Do you trust us with it?
Go ahead. No,
It's just going
you know what? No, Avery, go ahead. Go with that. I'll hold it down. I'll hold it down.
You go.
I'll be here.
It really.
Hello, what is it? Oh, get on this screen real quick, bro.
Hey, y'all should talk. Can you appear on other people's stuff? If it's not WOTX. There we go.
He got stuck for a second. Really.
I know, but I understand. This isn't WOTX.
What's going on? Okay.
Friend,
Sit right there.
Good to see you, my
we
boy.
how
long? Because I got that panel at 1:30.
So I'm right behind you at 2:30.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at you.
you looking at me?
Oh, the whole
Listen,
time.
Yeah. Friendly, tell the people who you are.
What's up? Hey everybody, what's going on? Friendly Clairvoyant, aka Trendy Friendly, and King T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? We had to represent for Wakanda forever. Yes.
What they got you out here doing, man?
Man, actually, I'm the job. I'm with Watchbox, and so we have a panel, and so I'll be having moderating the panel with Summer Glau. So that's gonna be pretty
ready?
cool. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to talk to her and see what she's gonna say. You know, every year I typically dress up. Like
I remember Black Panther because
Of
you
course.
did old school with the cape.
yes,
I remember that.
I did that. I did Frozone, and then I did.
Oh, that's the year my wife took me to Beyonce concert. I
Yeah,
didn't see that. I saw the
gotcha.
picture. Yeah.
And then I ended up doing, oh my goodness, Falcon. I did Falcon. And then last year I was Blue Marvel.
Okay.
As you all know, of course, you know, he doesn't have his own show yet, but I kind of typically try to, every time, to have a black male superhero. That's just something I want to do to make sure, you know, I keep that going.
Why is that important to you, man? Like what? Like explain to people why? Because growing up, we didn't
Yeah.
have that many.
Right.
So-
and the interesting thing is, when you were growing up, right, you know, you probably had like snippets of like Static
Yeah.
Shock, you know, a little right
And,
over here.
and see, for me, I'm a little older. I didn't have Static Shock growing up.
Yeah, it's and what I did because like I remember watching X-Men on Saturdays. And I remember and I remember so Cyclops, you know, Rogue, Jubilee, Wolverine. And then the only black person I remember seeing so and so would be like Bishop.
Yep, and Storm.
And Storm, right.
And then
like
Bishop was a
female.
bad guy for a little
Right.
while.
And in Storm, it was like, okay, are they really using her
Yeah.
to the max? And so just for me to know there were other black superheroes
Yeah.
that has all this power, I was like, you know, so I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. So tell me, what are the things coming out here, because you've been here since the beginning. We've been doing
Yeah,
this since the
yeah.
beginning. So I started at News 19 over there. We were
Right.
independent. What's it been like, because I just saw the Avery was over there. What's it like being here, watching it grow?
Honestly, it was. I remember when San Diego Comic Con, and that's the one everybody wanted to go to. And so then when Columbia said they were going to have one, I was like, okay. And every year it's gotten bigger and bigger and more pinball machine tournaments.
Yeah.
And even the people who are coming in, the celebrities, they're legit celebrities. It's not like somebody that, I don't even know who that is. It's like name. So yeah.
Tell me this, since the beginning, tell me, because you remember with the year it started.
Yeah.
Tell me about that year.
I remember, let's see, I did the cosplay. I had to, I want to remember, host the cosplay contest.
Yep.
So that was one thing for me, was like, oh snap, wow, look at this. And that was cool. And I said, you know what, I want to be a part of this every year. And I made sure I always tried to dress up every year.
Okay.
But this year I couldn't, but I still had to represent. I know Black Panther, but it's still going to be Chadwick for me.
Yeah. You look slim. You're
Yeah.
looking good.
Appreciate it, man. You know, trying to do the Jim Moria warehouse in the house.
Throw them up. Because you know, as having a full-time job, being
Oh,
married,
yeah.
and having kids, it's
Three
hard.
girls.
It's hard.
3 girls,
And,
yeah.
and it's hard to do that. So,
Yeah.
so tell me about it, because this is the one thing that I loved about it. You got 3 girls.
Yeah.
The family aspect about all of this.
And that's what's good. Like last year, I had the opportunity for my girls to join, and my daughter actually won the cosplay contest
What?
in her category. Last year, she was
Actually, you
6.
won, because I'm quite sure you put it together. Let's be real.
No,
she wore, but let's be
But
honest.
so we actually got it made,
Uh-huh.
like from a person who does costume cosplay.
Yeah.
So she got hers made. She wanted to be Butterfly Girl, because we play superheroes at home all the time. And so I was like, this year what you want to be? And she did that. She won first place. And it was cool. So they got a chance to participate. But this year, it was a lot going on. So they couldn't. But next year.
Understandable. So yeah, like when you see the families, that like that's the thing that's cool to me.
Yeah.
When you see the kids out here dressing up cosplay,
Yeah.
and then they walk around and then they see, they see
Yeah,
somebody
look at
that they
this.
like. Yep.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to get ready to go to this panel.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, buddy, as always, good to see you.
You too.
Man. Good to see you. Wakanda forever. All right, man. Hopefully I'm in the right place.
Yep. Right there. Go through those double doors right there. Go to the back. That one. That one over there. Yep. Look for Lynn. All right. So it's just me now. So I'm on the stream. So let's see what we got. I'm gonna try to flip over to another camera, so you guys can see. Yep, that's our old booth right there. That's where we used to be. So this is a crowd, people walking around. So one of the things that was really cool about this is we still have that relationship with News 19 when we used to be the News 19 nerds, to the point where they have looked out and helped and give us advice. Shout out to Mary, has been giving us advice on what we should do for the channel, how we can promote it, that kind of stuff. So we're stalled, we're starting out, but you gotta start small before you can get big. So that's the panel. Panel room is on the other side. That's where Friendly went to. So this year at Soda City, Summer Glau, you know her from Firefly, Serenity, Terminator Chronicles. Michael Biehn and his wife, you know Michael Biehn from Aliens, Tombstone, Terminator, Navy SEALs. So you've seen that brother from there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's been a treat being out here. It's been a treat to have a booth on the floor. We're just gonna get bigger and bigger, and this has been fun. I can't tell you how wild this is, and the idea that we were able to pull this off, even though it has been chaotic, it has been strange, it has been, oh, something just fell. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's been, this has been fun, and I can't tell you, for somebody who's had some issues in the past, trying to, get things started, to have this moment here at this convention. So I want to shout out to my brother. Soda City is Columbia, South Carolina, Herbert. So we're in Columbia, South Carolina. Hold on, let me put it in the chat. Copy. What's up, man? So yep, so we're in Soda City, Columbia. So we keep saying Soda City, but that's what they call Columbia, home of the University of South Carolina. This has been a treat. This convention started in 2015. That was a wild year. That was the year for us in Columbia that we dealt with the flood. It was hard. It really was. But people still came out. And the next year, just kept growing. Herbert, you guys have a great convention in Raleigh, not too far. And check out Heroes Con. I've gone to Heroes Con. I want to go to Asheville Con and that one you guys have in Raleigh. I've been hearing a lot of good things about those conventions. But yeah, shout out to my brother who helped put this up, my sister who came out, Avery who was out here with us. It's just been a real treat to do this and try to pull this off. Again, we got the green screen behind us. Hey man, find us on social, throw up some dinosaurs, some spaceships, make it look like I'm flying in the X-Wing. I don't care, do whatever. So yeah, every year they've stepped up guests. Every year now the one cool thing about it is they've got buy-in from the city. That's the thing about Soda City that they've been trying to get, is not just have a convention that's for us, but a convention that's for the city itself, to where the city of Columbia buys in to this event. That this is an event that we are known here in Columbia, but known where, hey, we're going to be there, up there with the SC Comic Cons, the Charlotte Heroes Con, your Dragon Con of Atlanta. We're going to try to get to that point with this convention where we get to where we're on that rotation, where people are like, oh, I got to go to this, I got to be here. But it takes the buy-in, it takes the community buy-in. One thing I learned about San Diego was the city of San Diego buys into the convention to where they clear streets, the surrounding areas. Like for us, it would be the Vista. With those surrounding areas, restaurants, bars, you got companies who rent out entire spaces. So when I was in San Diego, we saw Whatnot out there. Whatnot took a floor. You saw Konami. You saw Bandai. you saw all of these different people carve out spaces, and so it wasn't just a convention. So even if you, because again, San Diego Comic-Con tickets are hard to get. So even if you didn't get into the convention, there was so much stuff around the convention that you could go to that was just really cool to see. And I think that's what Soda City is trying to do next. Me and Avery talked about the fact that you can come to the convention, you can sit down, be on a panel, check out a panel, but then what you can do is you can leave, go get something to eat at Liberty's, turn around and go to the ale house, go to Cayman Noodles, and come back, shop. That's the thing that Soda City has that a lot of other conventions like Heroes Con has, that San Diego has. That idea that you can come, enjoy, leave, and then come back. They got late night pinball. They just started doing that. So hopefully we can see this as the convention grows, the convention gets bigger and bigger. So yeah, we really appreciate it. Like I said, we tried to do a live stream, surprise live stream. Just tried to see if we could pull it off. So we appreciate it. Check us out. You saw the guests. I'll put their links in the social as well, so you can check it out. Until the next time, all right, we're out. Peace.